Hi there, we're back again for another day of accountability. Your boy finished up with his shower. Let's just start off with the juice and the sauce, since it's been about a week since we've accounted. Well, about half a week or so since we've accounted. And the juice and the sauce, I've noticed and I've considered, right, is, I guess, as we approach the second quarter, well, we're pretty much in the second quarter of this year, a question of discipline, because clearly that's what it's about right now. Abstinence, yo, man. Hey, we'll see that when we position ourselves a little better mentally. But yeah, the question of discipline, because obviously this has been a topic of struggle, triumph, and so on and so forth, failures, successes. And yeah, I've noticed that I need to approach it at a more sustainable pace, a sustainable approach that addresses my vices, my circumstances in life, and my ideal. Not just for the future, but also the current moment. And one of the things that I've come to grips with is this uncle-licious lifestyle that I feel like by June, I need to move on to the next step, which is basically back into independence, back to doing this young man stuff that I was doing. When was it again? Last year? When I was in Johannesburg, but except this time around, I'm just coastal. I'm cruising coastal. And that's the aim of the game. You feel me? And with that being said, taking all of these things into considering and my current skill set and everything that I've built, it's like, okay, let's just build the right frameworks to get the job done and to make it where we need to make it. Ideally, one would like to pull a 60-hour work week, but sometimes it's not just about work, it's also about your environment and everything that goes on in your life and your lifestyle. And I've noticed that, okay, sharp, I'll get there, right, to per se that 60-hour work week. But right now, the bare minimum has to be considered on my worst days of dealing with family and dealing with whatever things I'm going through internally, nurturing or even cultivating myself. So yeah, I came up with this little thing I call it's like the 4-hour work week, but the 3-hour work day. Where, yeah, I just focus on the 3 priorities of the week, right? And each day I need to at least do the bare minimum for each task, dedicated to 1 hour each. And let's just say I managed to do this, then per se, I'll move on to the first task. Let's just say I have 3 tasks this week that I need to sort out. First off, it's God's Will website. Second off, it is Free Code Camp, finishing Free Code Camp's backend, which is mainly dealing with Express, because I'm just left with like 7 more exercises, but 7 or so more exercises, but 8, your boy has been offside. And then third off, dealing with Istolu as a business, So that's the first priority, the second priority, and the third priority. So I'll focus on dedicating an hour to each on my worst days. And then moving on to per se doing 2 more hours for this priority, then the next priority, and then the next priority. And then at least essentially, if everything goes well, then there's 9 hours dedicated to this. Also taking into consideration the friction that happens within the first hour of setup. And now I just need to be a little more involved in terms of journaling my friction points and, kind of sorting that out in order to streamline straight into work. As well as my emotions, as well as everything else in life, you feel me? I've noticed that work needs to be approached holistically. So that's my plan for this quarter, is approaching what it is that I'm doing at a sustainable level pace and avoiding the frustration of unexpected failures due to a lack of consciousness. So that's been about it. I enjoy the break that I took. It's given me time to just detach a bit and understand. Because I was in Gauteng and I figured that, yo, man, I'm at a point in time where I'm not going to go back. You know, maybe at 30, definitely at 30, I am going back. But right now, between 25 and 30, I'm just going to be coastal, international, and so on and so forth. Because I really need to dedicate myself to this discipline. Not dedicating myself to this discipline as a form of, let's just say, getting whatever it is that I want, like a kid doing his homework in order to go out to play, but actually dedicating myself to this discipline as I need to change and this is my life. Such as a kid that just geeks out on schoolwork, and that's just fun to him. Weak example, but hey. So that's where I'm at in terms of the sustainability chat and considering so many factors, especially environmental factors. You know, if I can just dedicate my sense of will to just getting work done, you know, and then at least, you know, that would actually be far greater, so that I can deepen my sense of work and work ethic. But then everything else, such as the environmental, emotional, social, communal, whatever factors, mental factors, can actually be systemized and understood as to how they'll affect this little streamline I can create. Yeah, it's best to sort it out and deal with it. So that's my chat for today in terms of the juice, the sauce, and where we at the second quarter. We'll expand on that later on. On the other hand, what did I get up today? God's will site with Elementor. Whew. Goodness gracious me. I'm going to start again tomorrow. No cap, no lie. Publishing Elementor. I might have messed up there. The Elementor pages, I might have messed up. Secondly, free code camp. Whew, I tried, hey? I tried, and things aren't adding up. Too much friction with the Wi-Fi. Too much friction in terms of, not too much friction, but I took a little too much time with Elementor. Ended up being like 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours or so, because that's what I started my day with. And then the third one was dealing with the statement of work and the contracts. And I saw some templates for the statement of work when it comes to freelance development. It's just a matter of, yeah, having like a proper template or something. So that at least by the end of the week, statement of work, contracts, and maybe proposals. I forgot about the document, but it wasn't for proposals. But yeah, also proposals at least will be sorted. And then that's about it, hey? So I managed to do 2 of 3, and I've noticed each friction point. I should probably write in my diary. Definitely will tomorrow, so that at least I dedicate an hour or 30 minutes to sorting that out prior and knowing that, okay, sharp, such as the hard drive, I'll sort that out, and all these other settings that make life a little more complicated, a little harder when it comes to doing work. Yeah, I'll sort them out and streamline everything. So with that being said, thanks for watching, kids.